Hello, my name is Miss Lass, and on today's maths lesson, we are going to learn how to assess if a given number is divisible by 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, or 9. Today we are going to learn about divisibility tests. But before we move on to our main learning objective, please complete the retrieval practice. Pause this video and attempt all 6 questions. Here you can see the answers to all 6 questions. Use a green pen to mark your work. Pause this video and mark your work. So we are in a topic of factors and multiples. On the previous lessons, we've learned about the multiples and how to find the lowest common multiple by listing. Today we are going to do divisibility tests, so we will learn how to assess if a given number is divisible by 2, 3, 5, 6, 8 or 9. And on the next lesson, we will be learning about factors. We will now learn about divisibility tests. These are small tests that would help us identify whether a specific number is divisible by another number. Divisibility tests come in handy when we have very large numbers. There are a few of divisibility tests we will learn. Those divisibility tests are divisibility tests for 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Success criteria for today's lesson. To know the definition of a multiple, remember the rule of divisibility, and to know your timetables. So at least you need to know all the timetables, at least up to 10. Every number is always divisible by 9. This is because a number is always a product of 1 and itself. And here are divisibility tests we will learn. First of them is divisibility tests of 2. All even numbers are divisible by 2. Even numbers are divisible by 2 if and only if the number ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. So, to check if the number is divisible by 2, we need to check if it ends in one of the even numbers. I mean, in one of the numbers of 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Example 1. Is 24 divisible by 2? It ends in 4, so it's even. Hence, yes, 24 is divisible by 2. Okay, what about 17? How do you think? Is 17 divisible by 2? No, 17 is not, because it ends in 7, and 7 is odd. So 17 is odd, so it's not divisible by 2. Okay, divisibility test of 5. So now we are checking if a number can be divided by 5. So, divisibility test of 5. If a number ends in 0 or 5, then the number is divisible by 5. So, it ends in 0 or 5. That means in place of units is 0 or 5. Okay, let's have a look. So now I've got a number 20. It ends in 0. Therefore, it is divisible by 5. So now you pause this video, or actually you don't have to, just think about it. Is 78 divisible by 5? It ends in 8, so it's not divisible by 5. Divisibility tests of 10. If a number ends in 0, then it is divisible by 10. Okay, I do. 87,000. On the units position we have a 0, therefore it is divisible by 10. Now you do 97. Is it divisible by 10? No, because it doesn't end in 0. It ends in 7. So 97 is not divisible by 10. Divisibility test of 3. If the digits of the number add up to a multiple of 3, then the number is divisible by 3. Okay, so with this test, we need to know our 3 times tables, but we don't need to know it very far. It's enough to know, usually it's enough to know up to 30. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. To be honest, that should do. Okay, so this test tells us that the number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is a multiple of 3. Okay, 81. Digits in 81 are 8 and 1. Sum of these digits is 8 plus 1, which is 9. 9 is a multiple of 3, so 81 is divisible by 3. Okay, now you do exactly the same with 77. Pause this video and have a go at this question. Alright, so what you should have is 7 plus 7, sum of its digits is 14. 14 is not divisible by 3, so 77 is not divisible by 3. Divisibility test of 6. If a number is divisible by 3 and 2, then the number is divisible by 6. 3 and 2, because 3 times 2 gives you 6. So we know we've got the divisibility test for 2, we've got the divisibility test for 3. We can use both of those tests to check if the number is divisible by both of them in the same time. Okay, to check if it's divisible by 6. Let's have a look at 20. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, because it ends in 0. So it's even. Is it divisible by 3? 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 is not divisible by 3, so 20 is not divisible by 3. So it is divisible by 2, but not by 3. Therefore, 20 isn't divisible by 6. Now pause this video and check if 612 is divisible by 6 using this divisibility test. Okay, so first you need to check if it's divisible by 2. Yes, it is, because it ends in 2. So it is even, it is divisible by 2. Now check if it's divisible by 3. So add its digits. 600 plus 1/10 plus 2 units. 6 plus 1 plus 2 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3, so 612 is divisible by 3. Therefore, 612 is divisible by 2 and is divisible by 3, so 612 is divisible by 6. By 6, yes. So if that's what you got, well done. So we've got another couple of tests to go through. Divisibility test of 9 is very similar to divisibility tests for 3, which means if the sum of the digits of the number is divisible by 9, then the number is divisible by 9. So again, we need to know first few multiples of 9. So I will write them down in here. 9, 18, 2736, and that should do. Okay, so if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then the number is divisible by 9. So I will do 26. Sum of its digits is 2 plus 6 equals 8. 8 is not a multiple of 9. It's not divisible by 9. Therefore, 26 is not divisible by 9. Now you pause this video and try to do this question. So check if, in the same way, check if 2808 is divisible by 9. Okay, so what you should have done is 2 plus 8 plus 0 plus 8. 16 plus 2 is plus 0 is 18. 18 is 9 times 2, so 18 is divisible by 9. Therefore, 2808 is divisible by 9. If that's how you answered this, well done. Divisibility test of 4. If two last digits are divisible by 4, then the number is divisible by 4. We can also see if the last two digits can be halved and halved again. This is the same as dividing by 4. So half it and half it again. That's how we get a quarter, and that means that's how we divide by 4. Okay, let's have a look at 196. So it says that I have to look at the last two digits, 96. Half of 90 is 45. Half of 6 is 3. So half of 96 is 45 plus 3, which is 48. So I halved it. Now I need to halve it again. Half of 48 is 24. Yes, so last two digits can be halved and halved again. So it is divisible by 4. Therefore, 196 is divisible by 4. Now pause this video and do the redo part. Okay, so we are looking at last two digits, so 25. 25 divided by 2 is 12 remainder 1. So it cannot be halved. I mean, it can be halved, but the answer is not a whole number. We say it can be halved, meaning the answer is the whole number. So it's not divisible by 2. So it's not divisible by 4. The last divisibility test. So if the last three digits are divisible by 8, then the number is divisible by 8. Divisible by 8, we can divide the number by 8 by dividing it by 2, and then by 2, and then again by 2. And we are talking about the last three digits. So if we can do it and the answer each time is a whole number, then it is divisible by 8. Again, we are talking about the last three digits of the number. So let's do the example. So last three digits of the number are 120. So are they divisible by 8? Let's check. So I halve it. 120 divided by 2 is 60. Half it again. So 60 divided by 2 is 30. And then half it again. 30 halved is 15. So yes, 120 divided by 8 is 15. So 120 is divisible by 8. So 7,120 is divisible by 8. Now pause this video and try to do redo part. Okay, so the last three digits of this number are 128 and we need to divide it, check if it's divisible by 8. Okay, so we can half it, and half it again and check if we get a whole number, or we can just use the Buster method to divide it by 8. 8 into 1 goes 0 times, 1 is carried over, 8 into 12 goes 1, 8 goes once, and 4 is carried over, 8 into 48 goes 6 times, and there is no remainder. So 128 divided by 8 is 16. So last 3 digits are divisible by 8. Therefore, 7,128 is divisible by 8. Okay. So now we will move on to some practice exercises. Okay, so now we will do some practice exercises. So question 1, which of the following numbers are divisible by 3? And which of them are divisible by 6? So go back and check what is divisible by 3. What is divisibility test for 3 and what is divisibility test for 6? And check each of the numbers in this grid. Pause this video for about 8 minutes and answer question 1. Okay, so now again we've got question 2 and question 3. These are checking if the following numbers are divisible by 2, 5, or 10. In question 3, you are checking divisibility by 4. So pause this video for another 10 minutes and have a go at question 2 and 3. And here are the answers. Okay, so pause this video and mark your own work. So from the first timetable in question 1, these numbers, you're supposed to list, these numbers are divisible by 3, and these numbers are divisible by 6. Okay. Question 2, these numbers are divisible by 2, these ones are divisible by 5, and 3 million is the only number divisible by 10. And here are the answers to question 3 as well. If you've done all the questions right, well done. This is all for today's lesson. Today we've learned how to assess if a given number is divisible by 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, or 9. So we've learned divisibility tests for 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. See you on the next lesson.